Hello, if you are new here, my name is Laura of Laura Undecided, and I just sold my house. Yeah, so I had a house in Texas, but ultimately I decided that Texas wasn't serving me and my job wasn't serving me, and there had to be something more. And in order to find that, I had to take bold, decisive action. So that's what I did. I sold my house. And now I'm going to try to find where my new home will be. So, as of now, I'm looking towards Mexico. I spent 5 weeks in Portugal. If you are interested in seeing videos on Portugal, I have lots of those. You can check those out on my channel. I absolutely loved Portugal. There were so many things I loved about it. But I decided for now I want to be a little bit closer to the United States. And also, it's very easy to get residency in Mexico. So I am going to focus on Mexico. Where in Mexico, though, I do not know as of now. So today I'm going to talk about some of the cities in Mexico that I'm considering and what I know about these cities already. And if you have any information about cities in Mexico that you would suggest, please leave that in the comments below because I would love to know what cities in Mexico you think are great for somebody like me. All right. So, number one, the first city I'm looking at is Merida. Now, I did visit Merida in December, I think it was December of last year, November or December of last year. And I spent about 10 days there. And I found a lot of things to like about Merida. Now, the thing that people warn you about is that it gets extremely hot there. And in November, it's not hot. So I think I didn't get the true feeling of what that city's like because in December or November, the weather was absolutely glorious, perfect. So I do think that it's beautiful most of the year. That's what I hear. So it's really kind of from May to maybe September when it's beastly hot, like over 100 degrees. And that's not sounding too exciting. However, that's only 4 months out of the year. What I like about Merida is that it's known to be very safe. It's pretty walkable if you're downtown, and it's a pretty easy place to move because it still has a lot of things that you might miss if you are leaving the States, such as those big stores, like a Costco, Walmart type of store where you can go in and kind of get everything at one time as opposed to having to go to multiple shops when you're doing your shopping. So that can make your life a lot easier. And there's also a growing and thriving expat population there. And so if you want to rely on English speaking, sometimes you have that. But if you also want to be in a place where you want to improve your Spanish, you also have that. So there are quite a few things I liked about Merida. Also, downtown, it's very quaint. I stayed in a hotel downtown for 2 or 3 nights. And I noticed that there was live music. Every night there was live music. On Sundays, they close the streets off so that you can go bike riding and walk around. And I also noticed it seemed to be very family friendly, a lot of families spending time together. And I really enjoyed that it seemed to be a kind of an artsy area. And of course, it's beautiful. And it's not very expensive. So Merida is definitely one of the options that I'm considering. The second place that I'm considering is Playa del Carmen. Now, I was also there during that trip to Mexico back in November, and I really liked Playa del Carmen because of the beach. For me, that is the selling point of Playa del Carmen. They also have a huge touristy area where you may not want to be around the tourists, but they do have a lot of shopping and restaurants, which means that you always have something to do. It's a lot more lively than Merida. I like that a lot. There's also a large Black female expat population in Playa del Carmen. And so if you need your girls to do brunch with, once you get to know them, I don't know any of them, but I know that that is there. The other thing I heard about Playa del Carmen that really intrigued me is that it's supposed to be a really great place if you need to go somewhere for healing. So I noticed, I joined a couple of groups, some WhatsApp groups in Playa del Carmen, and I'm getting a lot of messages about events that include things like breath work and sound healing and aligning your chakras and yoga on the beach and lots of things that are really helpful. Plant-based medicine was another message that I got. So it seems to be a place that will be really great for healing. So if what you're dealing with is stress from where you are, it seems like Playa might be a really good place to kind of de-stress and work on your health. And then of course, because there's a beach, a beautiful long stretch of beach, it's a great place to just be outside. And if it gets hot, you just plunge in the water. So that's the second place that I am considering. The third place I'm considering, among others, but this is the only other one I'm going to mention in this video, is Mexico City. Now, you may be aware that Mexico City does not have a beach, but what Mexico City has that the other two places do not have is an enormous population, 15, 20 million, something like that in Mexico City. And so therefore there is way more to do. There's way more restaurants, there's way more museums. Also, I liked that it seems to be very walkable. I haven't been to Mexico City since 7th grade, so that was a while ago. But I know they have beautiful parks and hiking trails and bike paths, and that's very intriguing to me, as well as, like I said, it's a very large city. So you have so many of those cultural offerings that these smaller cities don't have. I believe that Merida has about 1 million people, and I think that Playa del Carmen is closer to maybe 400,000. I'm not sure if those numbers are exactly right, but Mexico City has millions. So, you're probably more able to find your people there as well, like your community. I found when I lived in New York City that no matter who you were, your crew was there. You could find the group of people that were like you in New York City, and I have that in my mind that Mexico City is like that as well. I don't know, that's just what I'm thinking. So those are the 3 cities that I'm considering in Mexico. Those are the top 3 cities I'm considering in Mexico. I'm also considering Querétaro. I'm also considering San Miguel de Allende and Oaxaca. So if you have any information about any of those cities, please do let me know. I am really excited about this potential move to Mexico. Now what I need to work on is how to make more money online. So in the next video or in an upcoming video, I'm going to talk about how to make money online to support your life in Mexico. And again, this is a 1 year, well, not again, I don't think I mentioned this, but this is a 1 year proposition for me. So I'm basically taking a sabbatical, and even though I'm not going back to my job, I'm still calling it a sabbatical. And this is going to be a 1 year experiment to see if I can make it work outside of the United States. I am ready for a change, but maybe after being there a year, I will decide that I want to stay, or I want to return, or I want to go somewhere else. But it's a very accessible option for a year because it is close, and because, as I said, residency there is an easier process than other places that I've looked into. So if you are currently living in Mexico and you love where you're living, please let me know about that in the comments below. If you have any pros or cons about Merida, Playa del Carmen, or Mexico City, please let me know those as well. Anyway, it's an exciting time, and I can't wait to read the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.